Yes, well, we discussed a number of points yesterday. I mean, I understand that there's some people here who weren't here last night, and we discussed, as usual, the state of the world, which was very depressing. And then after that, we discussed the notion that thought, all these problems which we see have their source is thought. That is, they're symptoms of something deeper, which is the whole process. Thought not really being intellectual, but it's one process, connected feeling, the body, and also really it passes between people and so on. It's all one process all over the world. And we said, okay, they'll call that a system. You see, a whole system where every part was dependent on every other part. And there's a kind of systemic flaw there, fault, which is pervasive, so that when we see something wrong with a part of the system, we bring another part to bear to try to correct it, but it will just add some more of a very similar trouble. And therefore we find that these troubles throughout the world have been going on for thousands of years, and it's not possible that way to correct them, but they may get worse rather than better in that by doing it that way. Now that was the sort of thing we were discussing, and then finally we said, when you try to look at what's going on inside you when all this is going on, you may get unpleasant feelings, pain or this or that, fear. And the instinct as well as the whole culture leads you to move away from it, but we're saying it was necessary somehow to stay with it, right? That was really what we were discussing at the end. In spite of the difficulty of doing so, that it's really worth doing it, because we may learn something that way about how it all goes. Now, I think that was the sort of the things we discussed yesterday. Now, I thought we'd begin, if people might have a few points they would raise for a little while about yesterday's discussion, and then go on.